Okay. All right.
There you go.
Today I was in court for my criminal trespass charges. The state offered me accelerated rehabilitation, which basically gives up all my rights and puts me in a position that, well, basically they own me. I gracefully turned those down.
It would be an admission.
Yes, and I read to the court the jurisdiction in which I stand. By the grace of God Almighty and through the supremacy clause of the Constitution, Article 6, Clause 2 and 3, and the below listed treaties of supreme law, it is I alone who shall determine my status, standing, honor, and jurisdiction. I hereby invoke and stand on all my natural rights given by my God, which are written in the documents listed below. These and all others are universally known as the supreme law of the land. The Holy Bible, King James Version, 1611, God's laws are superior law. 1215, Magna Carta. The 1606 First Charter of Virginia. The 1620 Mayflower Compact. The 1628 Petition of Rights. The Fundamental Orders of 1639, that's good for you Connecticut people, figure that one out. 1641 Grand Remonstrance, the 1689 English Bill of Rights, the 1765 Declaration of Rights in Congress at New York, the 1774 Declaration of Rights in Congress at Philadelphia, the 1775 Declaration of Arms, the 1776 Virginia Declaration of Rights, the 1777 the Articles of Confederation, the 1783 Treaty of Peace, the 1787 Northwest Ordinance, the 1789 the Constitution for the United States of America, the 1791 the Bill of Rights, the 1868 Constitution of the United States of America, the 1864, 1929, and 1949 the Geneva Conventions, the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and the March 23, 1976, the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, Articles 1 through 27. I, Andrew Hamilton Pritchard, hereby and forever stand upon these natural rights listed above, giving the free man of God one of we the people. The Supreme Court said that the rights of life and personal liberty are the natural rights of man. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. U.S. versus Cruikshank. Every law must conform in the first place to the Constitution of the United States, and then to the subordinate constitutions of the particular state. And if it infringes upon these provisions of either, it is so far void. Houston versus Moore. The Constitution is the law of the land. There can be no statutes or rulemaking that would abrogate the Constitution. The general principle is anything that is repugnant to or abrogates the Constitution is null and void of law. Miranda versus Arizona, where the rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them. Marbury versus Madison, the Constitution of these United States is the supreme law of the land. Any law that is repugnant to the Constitution is null and void of law. My property has been seized from me. My $3.5 million plus house has been taken with no payment whatsoever. This is high crime, treason against the United States. I've been mistreated in this court again. As a matter of fact, as anyone who's standing here can say, we were the last ones up on a long day, just for a simple criminal trespass. And actually, the criminal trespass falls on all the police officers who illegally entered my house, and the marshal who illegally entered my house and has stolen all my property. That's it. Thank you.
Have you been coerced into making any decisions?
One might suggest that the accelerated rehabilitation that was put before me was an attempt to get me to give up my rights.
Are you competent to stand on your own to represent yourself?
Absolutely. I'm a sui juris defendant. My name's Andrew Hamilton Pritchard. I am the beneficiary in equity of 9 Sylvester Court, Norwalk, Connecticut.
Can you guess why they used excessive force?
I have no idea. The only thing that I can think is that I have brought charges against 17 judges here, and my counterclaim is now up to $75 million. So I think they wanted to really send
Have
a
you
message home.
Have you witnessed this judge, Judge White, commit a felony?
Yes, Judge White, who I was before today, illegally incarcerated a whistleblower, Sam Magliari, right here.
I witnessed it,
and
too.
we filed,
I witnessed it. Al witnessed it.
and I filed along with
Heather witnessed it.
four other people. We filed a motion for capias to bring charges against Judge White, which this court has ignored and the clerks have not allowed. And we even have stamped copies.
5 months.
And Sam has even put in an affidavit in his case that has our capias to arrest Judge White for his illegal behavior. He spent over 70 days in and has been drugged in, I mean, the worst
security.
maximum security. It's just
Did
terrible.
Judge White recuse himself?
No, Judge White did not recuse himself from this case, and he's very aware of who I am.
Okay, I think that's completing it.
No.
Does anyone want to say anything?
I want to present Andrew with the plan to create CT residence against police and judicial misconduct campaign.
Excellent,
Thank you.
excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
Can I say something, John?
Sure.
Because I believe what the judge said today is not fair.
Of course.
I believe he said today, it was hard to hear him, but he said that the AR is a 2-year program that he offered to Andy, and the Stanford police who just got caught stealing four police got caught stealing thousands of dollars. When they got AR, it was 6 months. 6 months went by quick, and everything got dropped after 6 months. It's a different AR than what he offered to Andrew today.
Of course,
Same country, different
for
AR.
defending his own property.
Yeah.
Did anyone witness all those other people convicted of crimes that the judge addressed?
Yes.
Did anyone notice that one of the guys committed 8 larcenies? He robbed Macy's. He robbed Target. He stole, averaging $600 per offense. And I think there were 8 offenses, but he actually robbed a woman on the street, stole her purse. I don't know if there was an assault in that one, but there was some altercations involved. And combined, the punishment for that, all that stuff, was less, okay, than what he's proposing for Andrew. Not exactly fair. I don't think it's a race thing,
The
but
scales of justice. Scales of justice right here. Look what they have in Boston to the wall.
Yeah,
here.
in
Scales
marble.
of justice. John Malozzi,
Right.
accused of 28 felonies, looking at 140 years of prison, was put on bond for $5,000.
Right.
The newspaper published
half
that-
of what Andrew
that-
did. 28 felonies.
Right. I
And his
had-
bond
I
was
had a
half of
simple-
Andrew's.
Correct. I had a-
28 felonies. Now, what I've witnessed is that Andrew was falsely arrested, and the charges were criminal trespass when in fact he received 0 consideration for his $3.5 million home. I don't know how you can compare those two things.
It's my property, everything.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you for your time.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Bless you.